Hey there, chart friends. Lamont here from Chart Guys, checking in on the electric vehicle and that battery name. Electric vehicle sector and that battery name. All right, so starting off with Tesla. Just keeping in mind that we have not seen it's very bullish, but again, we're just keeping in mind that we've not seen a weekly higher low in quite some time. So 379.11 was our last weekly higher low all the way back here in October. So that being said, things remain strong. The bulls are still in control. We're kind of like in this. It's not much of a channel, really. You might even call it a wedge, right? It looks kind of wedgy. All right, so let me kill that. All right, so we're watching this big macro channel, but I'm just gonna hide it for now so that we can see the potential wedging. Yeah, I mean it's certainly a possibility, right? If we come up here and reject again from this trend line, certainly it'll add more credence to that. So for now, it's just something to keep an eye on. Let me take a look at this channel again. Uh, if for this wedge to confirm, it is getting really close to the apex. So if a bull is looking for this to confirm, it needs to happen soon. Right now, bulls are still very much in full control. All right, so just a big strong day close right near the high of the day here. Do we get a new all-time high today? 95. Yeah, we broke it by $1 with no follow through. So, you know what? Maybe we can watch this for now, right? And so that if we were to then take this channel, nah, angle's not that good. All right. I was just thinking if this slope of this little local channel was headed straight towards the edge of the macro channel, then that might make for a good short. I mean, if you are going to go short anywhere, the standard deviation band and the channel resistance is the only time that I would ever look to short any kind of blue sky bull, that in conjunction with being extended, right? So, considering how we're so far away from a weekly higher low, and we are near this channel resistance, and considering how I do have, a substantial amount of Tesla long, if we come up to test this channel resistance in daily overbought conditions with hourly overbought conditions, yeah, I'm probably look to hedge. All right, so I'm rambling because I'm thinking about my positions. So we'll definitely keep an eye on this trend line, though. Like, even though we don't really need to be mindful so much of the trajectory of that potential channel, we definitely want to keep an eye on this trend line here, right? Because this structure being lost is not going to be a good look. All right, we'll be, and for that weekly higher low, let's not forget we are like looking for something like that potentially to occur, which is really just a back test, right, of this previous highest close there, right? And if we zoom out, that's really the last place where there was any kind of meaningful volume at all. It was actually quite a bit of volume. All right. So what are we looking out for then? We are just watching our hourly trends now, making sure there was no consolidation today. So tomorrow, ideally what we'll see is the bulls will pull back to set an hourly higher low. Anything over 660.75 will be one. And if we're looking for that higher low, if the markets are strong, because remember again, we have not pulled back for week consolidation, so it's just a little dicey playing along up here. But if we're looking for that higher low, I don't think this is a terrible place to look, right? We just broke out of this area. We price rejected here 2 times. And then finally we broke above, so very often we will get that back test there. So we just want to make sure we're doing that shopping in 5-minute oversold conditions. Which one is it? This one. Which would be right around there. All right, so something like that maybe. And so on the hourly time frame, that would pretty much be like a 21 EMA test as well. When I get all like a few higher lows so close together like that, though, very often I will just pull to the lowest one and just consider this whole thing one move. So if I wanted to be a bit more conservative, I'd probably run it closer to something like that. And obviously, if we're setting an hourly higher low there, then the anticipation is, higher highs, but just a little loose trade outline. Yep, 5-minute oversold conditions, looking for the hourly higher low. Okay, into the hourly EMA. All right, and we'll just be mindful of that trend line. Oh my goodness. All right, so NIO, obviously we didn't get down there, but this trade, is still something that you can just watch out for, right? So we're watching this channel, this downward channel structure to potentially carry price lower, but right now so far bulls are looking good. They pull back for a healthy daily higher low, coming back to test this local high here of 49.84. We are now peaking out of this channel. Definitely a good look for the bulls, and again, if we're able to kind of just come back into this channel, then I'll just draw this out and allow for this channel to include that new data probably. So the potential for a flag is on the table. All right, this looks like a potential weekly bull flag, right? So let's see, if this is a weekly bull flag, then we want to see daily trend changes with very minimal follow through. And you could say that happened here, right? So you have this lower high here, this lower high compared to this high, this higher low compared to that low, and lower high compared to that low, confirmation of a downtrend into a rally to new highs. So that's pretty, this kind of price action is pretty suggestive of some kind of consolidation, some kind of flag pattern. And of course, we close the day very strong today near the high of the day. So yeah, I would not be surprised to see some strength in NIO now. So that being said, let's see how we're gonna grab a play, right? Ideally, what'll happen tomorrow is this high will get taken out, this 49.84 high. If this 49.84 high were to get taken out tomorrow on the daily time frame, that would likely be enough range, right? Because think about it, right? Use your imagination a bit. If we get a big strong bar like that, then oops, I shouldn't have finished clicking it. Then the next day, if we were to pull back and look for a higher low somewhere on the EMAs and the channel, this channel resistance line, potential channel resistance line that's now likely going to act as support, it was good. I think it's good enough to think that potentially this trend line would be valid for some potential support in conjunction with these EMAs here, right? That would be ideal for daily play. All right, so daily higher low here at 42.23 is very clearly set now. Hourly time frame, actually, look at that. There's not real, it's a little rinky dink, little higher low here. I mean, regardless of whether or not you would consider this a price action trend change, if you think this is enough of a pivot, I think given the range, it's very unlikely to break to a new low from here without, a lower high and a lower low. So bulls with plenty of space for a higher low, and as long as they can change the hourly trend without losing 42.23, they'll be in good shape. So I would really just consider this one move, honestly. If we start pulling back tomorrow, I would be looking for that potential hourly higher low and 5-minute oversold conditions. Right where all this congestion is would not be a bad place. A bunch of bottoms got put in here as well, so just really loose, rough outline. I would not be surprised if something like that maybe. So let me just make sure that looks reasonable on the hourly time frame, and I would say so, right? Something like that is not too bad. That being said, if heavy volume comes in the morning, right, then that could be indicative of a rejection, right? Like if you get a harsh rejection, then I would anticipate that you would get at least a test of this band, this golden band here, the standard deviation band. But I think this is fairly reasonable. If the markets can stay strong tomorrow, Tesla's staying strong, sector strong, and there's not a lot of heavy bear volume. We're just looking for that hourly higher low. I don't hate this. Yeah, I'm just looking left at the price actions. You got a bottom there. Yeah, I like it. I like it. If you want to be a bit more conservative, you can just drop it down, right? But I don't think you have to be terribly conservative. It's going to depend on the context, right? Sector and the market, overall market. Alrighty, workhorse. So just grinding this zone of support. Well, I mean, sometimes it's a resistance, as it was here, and right now it's acting as support. We are just grinding it. Bulls are just grinding it. Well, price is just grinding it. And I don't. Let's see. I think there was a play the other day, but in hourly oversold. Nope, didn't quite get down there. Either way, that's really the only kind of trades that I would like for workhorse right now. It's essentially just range bound, right? So I care mostly about the upper and lower ranges of the entire consolidation structure. However, it's hard to ignore the center line getting so many hits, right? There's a lot of activity around this middle line here. So I wouldn't fault anybody for trying to accumulate down here. Like, for me personally, I would wait. I would only look to accumulate for in hourly oversold conditions. Just because then we can, likely take some partial profit off on some kind of bounce, right? So that's really the only trades that I like right now. I would just look to be playing the hourly oversold conditions down here, I guess, near the 19 level. That's really it. Just range plays. If we were to get up here in hourly extension, hourly overbought, I would be fine looking for shorts as well. Okay, XPEV. So I think we are, or I should say, price is attempting this hourly wedge breakout, and also kind of questionable with this hourly trend change. We did get the 8 and 21 bullish EMA cross. Oh yeah, and we are holding it as support now. We're over and above the wedge resistance line. So let's see, have we broken? And the daily bounce has started. So now bears are scouting for a daily lower high. Anything under 48.79 will be one. But if the market is finding acceptance here, which it kind of seems like it is, we're kind of starting to see this like a pretty even distribution. I wouldn't be surprised with just some sideways action, find some balance, and then look to play the range, right? If we do end up setting the range to be, roughly about $51 to 42, then we can be looking to accumulate on the low end and selling or even going short on the upper end, right? So potential to be setting a weekly. Yeah, we're potentially setting this weekly higher low here now, right? So we need to the bulls, I should say, need to create some more space on the daily time frame in order to potentially have the space to set a daily higher low. So right now this is not yet terribly confident, inspiring. We want to see some more follow through. So ideally the bulls will show up tomorrow, defend this low of 41.16, break to higher highs over 43.24, and then head up to test that key level, which is again 48.79. So potential wedge break. And shorts are on deck, right? We can be looking to short off of this 48.79 level, especially if the hourly time frame would get overbought, and it would be overbought up there, so something like that maybe. And we would just be looking to get back to the low end of the range, right? Which is like kind of established now with this new close, I would say. More or less. It's pretty rough right now. Let's dig into the hourly and check it out. It's just not a lot of price action on it, but this last little higher low before the rip. Yeah, I think that's fine. Something like that. Where's that target box? It would be 42.29. So essentially it'd be like a little back test of the weekly ADMA2. So yeah, it looks fairly reasonable to me. And finally, plug. All right, so plug seeing some follow through from yesterday's bounce. Looks like the daily higher low has been set at 30.84, looking up to test the resistance of 37.51. Would be great if bulls could continue to hold this median line as support. On the hourly time frame, we have not really changed the hourly. No, we have not. We have not changed the hourly trend. We've pulled back for this higher low here, and if the bulls can show up and defend this low of 33.70 and break to higher highs over 34.40, then that'll be confirmation of this hourly trend change, and we'll be a lot more confident in the daily higher low of 30.84 being set. All right, so otherwise, if looking short, if you are keen on shorting blue sky bulls, the channel has been fairly reliable. The standard like scaling into the band into like a little bit above the channel. It's not like a actually this is it's more range than I would like 7 or 8% on that trade eventually. But that's pretty much the only way that I would ever look to short these blue sky bulls, and I will do it on occasion, especially if I'm hedging, pretty much always, if I'm hedging a long position. He's like, sell some calls or whatever, like on that NIO trade. Anyway, yeah, so we're just looking for that, and even if the bears were to pull back more, as long as the bulls could take back the hourly trend without losing 30.84, that would be fine. So yeah, anything over 30.84, I would still consider that to be an hourly higher low, and then bulls just want to break over this resistance of 34.40 to see more daily bounce follow through. All right, that about covers it. Thanks for tuning in, and I will see you all soon.